Okay. Kat, so Catherine is here. Do you want to just real quick, Kat, tell your story and then we'll have it on the recording.
Okay. All right. Sure. Um, well, I found T-Tapp in 2012, and at that particular time, it was a PBS special. But at that time, I wasn't able to get around. I was on a walker, and the doctors was trying to find out what they could do to help me with my movement because prior to that, May of '09, I was fine. I was working and all of that, but something happened in my cervical area, which they didn't find it till, a many doctors visit later. But at that, when they did find what was wrong, they couldn't find a solution. But T-Tap came along on the PBS special, and it went to where at that particular time, like I said, I was um, on a lot of medication. I was on 12 different medications. I was on the walker. My mobility, I couldn't move without practically falling. And they tried physical therapy. I passed out doing physical therapy. The doctor said it was too stressful. So the method of movement with T-Tap was just phenomenal. And my oldest daughter, she had to, be on the side of me to make sure I didn't fall, but I never fell. And it cinched. And even though I had picked up a lot of weight because of the steroids and all of that, I managed to, slim down. And I was telling the doctor, I got the book from the library, and I was telling the doctor what I was doing. And I wasn't even able to do a full T-Tap workout. I could only do certain moves. But it still helped. And here I am, years later, here I am. I in 2018, I certified as a trainer in November. Renee was uh, coached me through that, and so it was just so life changing because I really couldn't move. I really couldn't.
Thanks, Kat. Thank you. I appreciate that and sharing that. And I'm sure you'll be able to share more as we go on through the week as you continue. So, hey, you guys. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to see you all on here. We are recording, and I'm just going to talk just a little bit um, about this. And then I promised. So, I guess we have 4 minutes, right, before we actually start the class. And I am going to ask you, as long as it's appropriate for you and where you're at, if you want to put on a camera. And the reason for that is I'd love to be able to just see kind of how you're standing, etc. I might ask some questions like, tell me about your knees. How are you feeling? Give me a thumbs up or whatever, so that I can fine tune to where you're at. Obviously, I can't do it for every one person, but the thing with this workout is, Rhonda and I were just talking about the difference between bar and this or some other workouts. So just know T-Tap is its own method of movement. There's so many other good things. There's no question about that. I'm not dissing, isn't that the ghetto word? I'm not dissing anything. But what I'm sharing with you is this method that has helped thousands of women over 30 years, and nobody really knows about it. And there's so much to it. So I was just sharing with Rhonda too, there's so much to it. And I just want to blah, blah. If you guys know me, if you've seen how I am, I just want to give it all to you in this big water spout of information, which would just completely blow you out. So I promised myself I wouldn't do that to you today or this week. So what we're going to do is I want you to experience the feeling of this. Now, why does T-Tap work so well when others don't? I'm just going to give you a few kind of philosophical things so you start to understand what I'm talking about and you'll start to feel it in your body. Number one, it's an education in how your body is and how you move. Okay. And I want you to be able to feel it. We're putting our bodies in positions in an aligned position that will really help you activate your muscles. And that's a huge, big thing that I never really hear many fitness people talking about. Okay. And when I'm talking about muscle activation, It's you want to feel your muscles actually pulling. And the most important places for muscle activation is up and down your spine, okay? Because wherever your muscles are not activated, you're not actually pulling on those muscles, giving it tension, that's a place where your body will tend to accumulate fat. Okay, now do I have your attention? Now I have your attention, right? Because we don't want to accumulate fat. So what you're going to see is there are specific places in our bodies that I guarantee you've never even thought about that really make a huge difference with your metabolism. And one of them, you're going to hear me always say, lift ribs, you're going to love your lats. And what is a lat? Well, a lat is the latissimus dorsi muscle. And it essentially, get this, goes kind of like from up here down and around here. You know that place where you wear the bra and all the fat puffs out from here? Sorry, I'm just being, but that's how it is, right? Don't you wonder, like, what in the heck is this fat doing on my back? What it's doing there is you're probably hanging out a bit like this. Right, that's okay, Cindy, it's fine. I just meant like anybody that's in their room and needed to, like, oh, I just don't want to be seen. Like, who cares? Nobody else is looking at you, okay? But driving is a whole other thing. All right, so when you're like this, right, and what do we do all day long, right? We're on the computer, we're typing, we're texting, we're like this. Well, just think about what's happening, and most of us have our heads jutted forward. So we get that dowager's hump right here. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Where you get that lump right here? Well, if you start to do what I'm going to share with you today, you will find that start to go away. We hold so much of our metabolism back right at the top of our backs, all through our neck and shoulders, and we're so tense, aren't we? So we think, oh, Renee, that can't be true. I'm so tense. I'm always tight there. Right, you're shortening up these muscles, and yet you're not. So everything becomes weak. Let me put it that way, even though you're really tight. So we're going to learn how to open up. You're going to learn to love your lats. And you're also going to start to feel, what does it feel like when we put our feet in position and we start to really activate in here? How many of you would love to cinch in right in here? On the outside of our thighs, in our tush, across the belly. Well, in order to do that, we have to learn how to activate those muscles and hold them. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Things that I'm going to tell you are going to feel very odd. And if you feel odd, just know, yes, that's right, because the way we've been moving or not moving our bodies obviously isn't working as well as we would like, or you wouldn't be on here with me today. Okay, so not only are we going to tighten and tone, but as we do that, we're going to be building a spinal Spanx, I'll just call it, to really cinch ourselves in and up. And as you do that, that's your glucose gobbling. Okay, that's how you're going to really start to up that metabolism, along with, of course, your Tranont products. So that's why I was saying these two go so beautifully together, because this really is a metabolic boosting workout. Let me just share with you two other quick things, and then we are going to get started. One is it's also a lymphatic workout. And I know, again, most of us have, what the heck does that mean? Well, we have a system in our body called the lymph system. And the lymph system is designed to move toxins in and out of the body, okay? But here's the thing about our lymph system. It does not have a heartbeat. You know, our circulatory system has our heart that's beating the blood, so the blood keeps moving. Our lymph system does not. It requires two things. It requires pumping, moving. You've got to move, and it starts down in the calf, the feet and the calf. And deep abdominal breathing. So if you get that kind of pressure through here, that's also helping to move the lymph. So when you don't move, let's say you're sick or you're hanging up for a couple of days and you just haven't really moved, do you ever notice how tight and licky we feel? It's one of the reasons is because we're not pumping our lymphatic system, and that's huge. So you're going to see in between these moves, I'm going to have us constantly doing little, we call them little flicky kicks. So I'm just going to click, kick, 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 and then we're going to lift. Okay, we're going to do a lot of this lifting, and you're just lifting the knee. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of form with this today. We can do that later, but just know I'm going to do that to the point where you're going to want to scream, oh, Renee, enough with the kicking. Just know there's a purpose for all of it. And the purpose for that is we are pumping the lymph system. So as you're activating these muscles, in the muscles, you start kind of developing some lactic acid, etc. That's what starts to make us feel tense and sore. We're kicking, we're moving the lactic acid. So it's also another way that we can do some pretty intense muscle activation, but you're not really going to feel super sore. And it's also moving out inflammation. And we know that inflammation is a huge cause of so much of our, our overweight, our extra fluff. It's simply inflammation, you guys. And this is one of the things you might be blown away in these 10 days. If you are really inflamed and you just feel puffy and you're like, Renee, I just don't understand. Like I'm doing everything right, but nothing's happening. It's because you're being held up by inflammation. So this is an anti-inflammation workout as well. All right, so I think it's time to start. I don't think I'll do another recording. We'll just go. And thank you for those of you who are on the video. Beautiful. All right, so make sure you do have your water, or I've got my my Glow M Activate here, because this is a good time to start to drink some of it. Because when you are working and you're working in fascia, which I haven't really talked about much, you want to drink and move, drink and move. That's how we actually hydrate and start really opening up in our body. All right, so we're going to begin first. I want to put you into what we call the stance, so you can really start to feel what this feels like. From the stance, really, once you get that, you can pretty much do most of T-Tapp. Okay, so that's why I am going to take a moment or two to get us into that position. All right, I'm going to do lower body first, then we're going to do a little upper body, and then we're going to put it together. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is stand with your feet. First of all, toes are always, unless we're in a plie, straight ahead. Most of us duck walk, and when we duck walk, the knees go in and you will not get activation here, and you'll start to develop saddlebags, etc., and knee knocker fat. I'm just using these horrible words, but you get the picture. All right, so toes are straight. Your feet are going to be really pretty close together. So we say 4-finger stance, meaning from the pinky through here and right about your heels. So your heels are out a little bit, and if your feet are parallel on the sides, you'll see that you'll feel and look a bit pigeon-toed. That's perfect. And you're going to stand there like that, and you're going to go, this feels pretty weird. Yes, it does. We're not used to standing like this. All right, now bend the knees. Now, for those of you that have knee issues, please take care of yourself, okay? You can shift into your heels. This is a big key if you have sore knees. Always shift weight into the heels. Why? Feel the difference. Shift weight into the heels. The pressure comes off your knees. Shift the weight onto your front of your feet. You're going to feel that the weight of your body is in those knees, okay? So for this stance, just so you know, we're first bending the knees. We're going to put one hand on our lower belly and one on our lower back. And I'm going to say tuck curl. So the back hand pushes down a little and allows the front to come up. So you're tuck curling that tailbone under a bit, okay? And we're not going to be able to tuck much because our feet are so close, but you get the sense of that. Excellent. All right, now from here, I'm going to take my hands out We do this so that you get a brain to body connection. Shift again into your heels. You'll notice that your toes will want to lift, which is perfect. Now, here's the next part of this. We need to have the center of our kneecaps going out to about the last two toes. And we have a number of ways to do this. Now, before I do that with you, I want you to notice something. Let your knees draw into the center. And this might be how you normally are anyway. Okay. And just notice, what are you feeling up here? Are you feeling any muscles? Most likely the answer is no. Okay. So now just bring them right back to where you were. Shift back again. Keep that tailbone dropped. And now I want you to think, if you think about it, we're going to do it a few different ways. Think about it from your knees. Take your knees and just push them out a little bit. Just take the knees and push them out a little bit. Good. Now notice, and everybody bring their hands down here. Good. Because I want you to get connected here. Okay, so knees are out. Can you feel the difference? Let them go in. Take them out from the knee. You're starting to feel a little bit more muscle activation in here. Yes, give me a thumbs up. Beautiful, thank you. All right, so now I have a couple of other ways to do it because we want to get the most amount of muscle activation. If that works for you and doesn't hurt your knees, great. Let's do it another way. Bending the knees, tucking the tail, shift into your heels again. Now this time, think about your ankles. And if you can't connect the brain to body to your ankles, sometimes we can't. Let's just do this real quick. Just go down and tap on those ankles. Now, I know you think that's crazy, but we've got to get our brain transmissions, okay, that brain to body connection down into our ankles. And many of us live up here in our heads. We're not in our bodies. So that can make a big difference. All right, so one more time, checking the feet are in good placement. Bend the knees. Good. Just think about dropping your tail for now. Shift your weight into your heels. And now think about taking those ankles and just pressing them out. So now you're on like the last three toes. And now you probably felt it up a little bit more. Did you feel more muscle activation now from the ankles out? Anybody? Okay. Yes, thank you. Excellent. I like that. We call that ankle activation. I really like that way. And where we're trying to get to is actually the last couple toes up to the center of the knee, up into here, so that we're actually activating these muscles and around into here. Now, once you're there, gently squeeze your tush. I don't mean like squeeze it, like maybe give it a little hug. It will just stabilize everything. Now, how do you feel? Can you feel like you are working some muscles in the lower body? Thanks, Kelly. Good. Sherry, can you feel it? Great. Okay. So that's a good way. Now just stop and kick it out because actually that's a lot of work and you don't even realize maybe you're doing. There's one more way I am going to give. I like this way too. I like the way the ankle activation, but here's one more way. Just try this. As you bring your feet back in with the four fingers at the edge on the inside, shift your weight forward onto the toes a little bit and just take the heels out to the sides, just a tad. Heels out just a little bit. So now we're going to bend the knees, tuck, curl, shift back, and now think about your heels and turn them in towards each other. So what you're actually doing is getting this twist out. I find sometimes doing it from the heel gives us a better brain to body, and then gently hug your glutes. Now are you feeling everything tight? Right? It's pretty amazing. So whichever way works best for you so that you can get those knees in alignment, okay, and get all the activation. Now, just for one more time, brain to body, just let it go and see where your knees go. Here's another thing that so many of us women do, and I'm watching like all of you do this, self included, and that is when you're normally standing, my guess is you are locking those knees back. So I want you to do it so you feel it. Lock your knees back and notice what you're feeling right here at the lower belly, lower back, and the belly sticks out, right? That's so tough on the lower back. So instead, as you're like that, one more time. Now you're noticing. So now bend the knees, tuck tail, or just drop it down, shift back, and whichever way worked for you, whether you're bringing the heels in, ankle activate, gently squeeze here. And notice, now we're lengthening out in the back. Good. Head, so that's your lower body. Can you feel the difference? It makes all the difference. And if you start to do that throughout your day, you're going to be blown away that you really will start to cinch in. Very cool. So I'm going to have to mute Cindy because otherwise she's going to show up and she is not going to be happy. So I'm going to mute Cindy. Did I just get her? I think I did. Okay, now let's just do upper body. And then I see people going, all right, Renee, are we going to get to the workout? Yes, we're going to get to the workout. This is actually part of it. But let's do upper body quickly. And that, remember I said we're going to learn to love our lats. So we're going to use, I want you to think about this now. Now we're in this lower body, okay? And I'm going to show you on me. I'm in my lower body. I'm all good there. But can you see how like I'm a little bit like caved in here at my chest. So we have a saying, bend it, tuck it, lift it, meaning you want to lift your ribs up. Can you see the difference? It takes muscle to hold those ribs up. So I'm going to show you a great way. We're going to do it through the workout. You can do it all through the day. We call it leveraged isometrics. Isometrics meaning we're holding muscle against muscle. We're going to use our hands for leverage. Just put your hands like, karate chop hands, side of hand. And I just want you to push into your legs, press down, and think, lift the girls. Lift, lift, lift. You can even arch out a little if you need to. Lift, 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 and release. Notice how much just pressing in, pushing down, and lifting you get. That gives you that sense of lift and release. Okay, so now I'm going to do it again. Push in, press down, lift. Do an inhale as you do it. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Inhale. Hold it, exhale, and see if you can pull your ribs together. Pull your ribs together. Woo! And you are really going to feel this cinching. We've had women who have had twins and barrel chested for years really bring everything in with just using the breath and the ribs up. So pushing in, lifting is a great thing. You can do it against your desk. You can do it against the kitchen sink. Just think about push down and lift the girls. Just do it one more time. Yep. Push down and lift the girls. If you're at your desk, push down and lift the girls. You can see on me, what's the difference? Here, here. But it takes a lot of muscle activation and a lot of energy, doesn't it, to lift the girls? Okay, you guys got it. So we've got lower body, we've got upper body. We're going to do it real quickly, and then we're going to get into the first move. So checking your feet. 4 fingers, bend the knees. Hand on belly, hand on back. Tuck, curl. Good. Shift into the heels. Whichever way worked for you. I'm going to say ankle activate. You do it however was working best for you. Think about squeeze the glutes just a little. Now you can use this front hand. Push in, press down, lift the girls. Then I'm going to have you say, I'm going to say hand away. You're going to bring the hand up and the other hand. And stretch up tall. Now my hand is in what we call a mitten hand. Fingers are together, thumbs. Just stretch there and think. Get the girls up. Good. Now, notice here, move the arms a little bit really slowly, reaching the arm bones out of the shoulders. Where do you feel the most tap in there? You might even want to bring them up high and think, lift the girls, lift the girls, lift the girls. Not back, Rhonda. We're not back. We're right at the side of the body. Right at the side of the body. Yeah. Good. So Kelly, like really reach those arms out wide, like no bend in those wrists. I'm sorry, in the elbows. Good. Now start to take them down. And as you're taking them down, go slow and think, lift your girls, lift the girls. Now you're getting it. Go down maybe a little further. Lift the girls, lift the girls. I would stop right there. Ribs up. How's that? Now in that position, Give me some little flicky kicks. Keeping yourself really up and tall. So now we're really activated and we're kicking out. We're pumping the lymph. Nice work, you guys. All right, you can kind of relax that out a little bit, and we're going to go to the first move. Could you feel it? It's little stuff, makes all the difference. All right, beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to start this first move. We call it primary back stretch. It's really key in a day to move your spine from all the different ranges of motion. So in this first one, we're going to be curling the spine and arching. I call this an arch. We call it curl and scoop or scoop. Curl and scoop. That's the movement, okay? So putting your feet back where you want, where we just had them. I want you to take your hands like this in the mitten. Good, or sorry, just, yeah, in the mitten. And now I want you to just come down and put the palm of your hands right above your kneecaps. Good, shift it back, we've go activated. I want you to push the palm into your leg, push down, and lift the upper body up. Keep pressing down. You're coming up until those arms are straight. Now I want you to bend the knees even deeper. Curl the tail under, tuck your chin. Feel that big stretch across your back. Then grab on to the whole kneecap. Do a little pull, tug it a little bit. Then release the kneecap and give me a hunch. So you're just hunching the shoulders up by your ears. We're releasing tension, neck and shoulders. Release that hunch. Put the palm again right above the kneecap where it was. Push in, pull up, bend the elbows, and come on down into your arch. Nice. So Sherry, bring your knees out to the little toe. See how your knees are going in? Push them out. Yeah, that's it, even better. Good work, you guys. Now, for thyroid, when you're in this arch, you're going to open your mouth, and then you're going to draw your chin up. So you're stimulating the thyroid. That sounds theory. Very good. All right, now look back, down, shift your weight back. So now we're really bent. Shift it back, knee over ankle. We're going to do it again. So with that palm, push down into the leg, straighten the arms, bend the knees, curl that tailbone under and tuck the chin. So you have like a big capital C from the crown of your head down through the tail. Grabbing on with your hand onto that kneecap, keeping that tuck, you're going to pull up. And then as you're pulling up, you're just going to release the knees. Hunch those shoulders up, releasing neck tension. Release the hunch. Palm above the knee, push in, press up. Arch, bend the elbows, arch the back, and lift that jaw. Nice. Look down, shift back. One more time, we're going to stay up there once we're done. So push down, curl. Arms come straight. Now you bend deeper, curling it under. Grab the kneecap, pull up, and now as you're pulling up, you're going to release the knee and hunch. Good. Now, spread your fingers wide there and just start to bring those arms out in front of you all the way until they're up by your ears, and reach forward with those arms. You're curled under, knee to the little toe. Now from here, I want you to just hook your thumbs. Hook your thumbs when you're up there. Hook your thumbs. Yes. All right, so you're bent, you're curled, hooking thumbs. Now try to pull the thumbs apart, reaching the arm bone out from the shoulder. Can you guys feel like every muscle is activated and being stretched? Now release the hook. Bring the hands right back to where they were. Push and press up, and give me your arch or your scoop again. Beautiful. Now, right here, slide your hands up to about the middle of your thigh. Push into the thigh, pull up against the skin, and bring your elbows in close to the body. So you're kind of in a squat, and you should be shaking if you're really pushing into the leg and pulling up. Just lift your head a little bit and just let it drop. Pull it in, lift it, and let it drop. We're going to roll up again now from here. So from here, push down, curl all the way up like we just were. Bend deeper, release the leg, pull your palms to the front of the body and spread your fingers. Now we're going to reach those arms out in front of you a little bit. You can even drop down into a bit of a squat. Now using your shoulders, think. Shoulders, pull those arms back to the pinkies on the side of your leg, and you're going to roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Go pretty slowly. Very good. Hello. Good. Give me a little inhale, hunch, and just some shoulder rolls here. Good. Some shoulder rolls. Beautifully done. All right. Now from here, hand, give me that. Lift the girls again. Beautiful. And just flick the legs. Flick it, flick it, flick, flick. Now remember I said we're going to lift. So just lift the leg, point toe down, lift, lift, and lift. Beautiful. Just give me a little hunch. The hunch really helps bring down blood pressure and release tension in neck and shoulders. Give me a thumbs up. Everybody feeling good? So far, beautiful. Grab a little water, and we're going to now open up across the pecs and do some neck stretches. All right, so much up in here. So arm pumps are really huge right in here because we want to be able to open up and reverse what we're normally doing all day, which is this, right? So we're going to open up and we want to be pumping out around the breast tissue. So checking stance one more time, bend knees, belly and back, tuck, curl, rest to get the ribs up, shift back, ankle, gently squeeze the tush. All right, now we're going to take our hands. I'm going to turn around. And we all have different ranges of flexibility here, okay? So you want ideally to be rolling the shoulders back, and if you can intertwine your hands here and even create resistance as a pull, that's awesome because you're going to open up across here, okay? If you have more flexibility and can close the palms with a thumb, do that, okay? So you're going to do whatever works for you. You're going to then take those elbows and squeeze them towards the center as much as you can. Shoulders down. Try not to bring the shoulders up by your ears. It's a down and an in. Okay, notice my elbows are bent. Good. Check that your head is in a good place. Good, Sherry, that's better, thank you. So you can even feel like somebody's pulling you up from the top back of your head and your chin is in so that the neck is right in alignment. From here, we're just gonna do a couple little lifts. Little lift, little lift. Good work, good work. So Kelly, think girls up. Yeah, there you go, girl. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Yes, okay, you guys, shake it out. So shake out your legs, shake out your hands. It's a lot, I know. Tomorrow, I might have you bring a towel, and we can do it with a towel as well so that you can open up here. But we're just going to hang here for another second or two and do a couple little neck stretches. So you're going to bend, tuck, curl, lift the girls, shifting back, ankle activate, squeeze the glutes. One more time, I'm going to intertwine. I can get my palms together, but if you can't, it's okay. Even when you're open, you can just kind of create resistance, but it's really right up in here that you're working with. Shoulders down, elbows in. So with this, we're stabilizing the shoulder, isolating it, and then just allow your head to just drop down, chin to chest, and keeping the face forward, roll the head to one side. Good. And think shoulders down. Don't let the shoulder come up to meet the ear. You just want to be wherever you feel a stretch. Nice. And then slowly let the head go down and roll it to the other side. Press the thumb and ribs up because they're gonna drop because this is intense. Keeping your knees bent and knees out, Rhonda. Keep the knees bent and roll out those knees. That'll be huge for you. Beautiful. And then down, chin to chest, Pull the head back. Good. I'm going to do 4 more lifts and we're going to be out of this one. Lift, touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. Good work. Untuck. Come on over and just let them swing. Just let those arms swing out and get rid of all that tension. So there's a lot more of the neck things we can do, but let's roll up because as I'm looking at time and I promised I would be in good time, I'm going to share with you the 3-minute glucose gobbler that you can do throughout the day. It will increase your metabolism. It will bring down your blood sugar. Love it if anybody wants to test it. It's called hoedowns. You'll see why in a minute. So I'm not going to detail everything out. We're just going to kind of play with it a little bit today. So bringing your hands with the mittens and open to here. Ribs are up. Good work. Standing knee, because we're going to do this on both sides. So whatever leg you're going to stand on, bend it. Think, tuck the tail. Girls are up. All you're going to do is lift in the front 4 times. So just give me 4 lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now you're going to take that leg over to the side and you're going to take the same side arm over. You're going to keep the standing knee bent and you're going to lift 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good work. Come all the way back. Now we're going to do that. The whole sequence is 2 sets of 4s. We just did 1 set. 2 sets of 2s, front for 2, side for 2, and 4 singles. That's when it really starts to work with the brain. So if you get all messed up, just laugh. Everybody does. Let's go for our second set of 4s. Here we go. Front for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Back to the front. 2 sets of 2 counts. Front, 2, side, 2. Again, 2s. Front, 2, side, 2. Now come back. Now this is going to get tricky. We're going to do singles. You ready? Here we go. Front, side, 2, side, 3, side, 4, side. You did it. Beautiful. Shift over. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. Lifting for 4. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Side. Same side arm. 2, 3, 4. Good. Bring it back. Here we go. 4s again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 counts. Front, 2, side, 2. Again, 2s. Front, 2, side, 2. I'm going to come back here. Everybody, here we go for singles. Front and side. 2 and side. 3 and side. 4 and side. Beautiful. That's your hoedowns. How about that? Did you feel it though? You kind of felt it. Beautiful. Now, to really get good blood sugar control, you want to do that twice. I'm going to do it again, but if you have to go, because we are right at 12:30, you go. Let's do 1 more set for those of you that want to stay with me. All right, 2 sets. Here we go. Same thing, front for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4s again. Front, 2, 3, 4, side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 counts. Front, 4, 2, side, 4, 2. Again, 2s. Front. It's so hard to go slow, you guys. Side, 4, 2. Singles. Front and side. 2 and side. 3 and side. Last one. 4 and side. Oh my gosh, I'm dying too, you guys. It's a lot easier going faster, but we're going to go 1 more set. You can do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4s again. Front, 2, 3, and 4 to the side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 counts. Front, 4, 2, side, 4. 2s again. Front, 4, 2, side, 4, 2. Singles. Front and side. We're almost done. 2, and side, and 3, and side, and 4, and side. Girls, you did it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Thanks for playing with me.